반갑습니다, 학생 여러분. 오늘 인터뷰 시간이야. 우리 멘토링 프로그램의 학생들이 한 달에 한 번씩 만나가지고 이런 현재 재학생들을 모셔가지고 얘기를 하는 그런 세미나에서 했던 그 사전 인터뷰 비디오인데 갖고 와가지고 여러분들 또 공유의 시대니까 여러분들 좀 보고 캐나다에서 특히 고등학교 다니는 학생들이면은 관심 있게 봐주시면 캐나다 쪽 시작해보자. Alright, let's do this. Hello, please introduce yourself and tell us what college you attend.
Hi, I'm Jay, and I attend Georgetown University in Washington, D.C.
Cool. What do you study there?
I study health policy in the School of Health.
Okay. Now, you're a rising sophomore, right? So what do you like best about your college so far?
Pretty much everything, but mainly like the campus location, just being in central D.C. and like a really nice, like posh neighborhood, like pretty convenient around stores and everything. And also there's a good academic and social life balance along with athletics.
Cool. Got you. All right, let's talk about high school stuff, right? So what were the colleges you applied to and what are the colleges you were accepted to?
So I applied to Princeton, Georgetown, Yale, Dartmouth, Harvard, Stanford, Williams, and Cornell, and a bunch of Canadian universities as well.
Yep.
And I applied to Yale Early Action.
Okay, what are the schools you got accepted to?
So for Canadian universities, I got into McGill, University of Toronto, Waterloo, and McMaster. And then in the US, I got into Georgetown, Williams, and Dartmouth.
Okay. Let me ask you this. What made you choose Georgetown over Dartmouth or Williams? Was there a specific reason?
Location. The location was huge. Just from talking to alumni from my high school who went to these colleges, there was a clear, evident, I guess, passion shown by the students at Georgetown who like I was able to connect with. Yeah, pretty much that.
Okay.
Also close proximity to family in Georgetown and just knowing the neighborhood beforehand.
That makes sense. Okay, gotcha. 그래가지고는 그 다음에 내가 뭘 물었냐? 이제는 캐나다에서 작은 고등학교 나왔어, 큰 고등학교 나왔어, 뭐 IB 학교 나왔어, AP 학교 나왔어, GPA는 어땠어? 뭐 이런 고등학교 생활에 대해서 또 물어봤기랑 연결해서 한번 들어봅시다. What about high school itself? What high school did you go to?
Upper Canada College in Toronto. It's an all-boys boarding and day school, and I went there starting in grade 6. So I went there all the way through middle school.
That. Right. Yeah. It was all boys.
Middle school and high school. Yep. And then I transferred into boarding in grade 8 and went as a boarder for 5 years.
Okay. Size-wise, how many students were there in graduating class?
160 or so. Yeah.
Okay. Small enough, decent size.
Mm-hmm.
What about rankings? Did your high school rank students? What was your ranking?
No, our high school didn't rank any students. It was just a school policy where our school just refused to rank students or give a GPA percentile number.
Even GPA? There was no GPA percentile?
No GPA point, no GPA point scale or percentile.
Okay, then that kind of leads us to the next question. Okay, did you study APs or IBs in high school?
Our school was a full IB diploma high school where you had to complete the entire baccalaureate program in grades 11 and 12. And then beforehand, you prepare up to that phase doing the MYP and everything. And we also have the Ontario Secondary School Diploma curriculum on top of that, which is like the general high school curriculum that Canadian students take.
So what are the courses that you took in high school as high levels? Can you explain which ones you took at high levels and which ones are standard level courses?
Yep. So my 3 higher level courses were biology, economics, and English, a language and literature. And my lower level, standard levels, were chemistry, Latin, and mathematics analysis and approaches.
Okay.
Cool. Which included calculus.
Yep. Gotcha. 그 다음에 인터뷰 중에 가장 중요한 것 중에 하나. 나는 우리 이거를 보던 멘토링에 있는 고등학생들이, 우리 학생들이 좀 뭔가 공감을 했으면 좋겠다. 나도 저런 거랑 비슷한데 하고 느꼈으면 좋겠어서 이런 질문도 사이사이에 잘 집어넣는 편이거든요. 어떤 게 있었냐면 고등학교 때 당신은 어떤 사람이었습니까? 고등학교 생활은 어찌했습니까? 지금 우리 하고 있는 학생들이 계속 그렇잖아. 사람이 맨날 쳇바퀴 돌기 똑같은 거 하다 보면은 좀 슬로우 다운 하고 싶을 때, 타협을 하고 싶을 때가 있으니까는 한 달에 한 번씩 이렇게 자극을 주기 위한 건데 이 사람들한테도 물어보는데 보딩 스쿨을 다니는 사람들은 많이 공감을 할 것 같아. What kind of student were you in high school?
I say I was pretty outgoing, I stayed active. I was busy all the time, and also being in a boarding community, you like woke up early in the morning, went to band or did something, had a club meeting in the morning, and then went to school. After school, you'd go to sports for varsity sports, practice for 2 hours, eat dinner, then you have a 2-hour study period, and it's bedtime. So busy. Yeah, busy all the time.
그 다음에는 이런 것도 궁금해서 물어봤지. 학교 생활을 하면서 어떤 게 모티베이션이었냐, 어떤 게 동기부여냐. 그러니까 매일마다 막 전력 질주하고 파이팅하고 막 그러다 시험이 끝나면 사람이 퍼져. 집중력을 잃고 뭐 이럴 수도 있는데 무엇이 그렇게 계속 성실하게 성공적으로 고등학교 생활을 할 수 있게 만들었냐. 이것들을 물어본 거야. 다트머스 붙고 에머스트 붙고 조지타운을 붙고 한 정도의 프로필이면 꽤 그래도 석권을 했다. 나는 뭐 이렇게 평가하고 싶거든. 그러면은 학생들은 고등학교 때 어떤 생각을 하고 살았을까요? 이런 걸 좀 물어보는 거지.
What was your motivation to study well, keep yourself on the top as far as academics go? What was your secret back then?
I mean, there was no secret. It was more so just using time efficiently, and more so than a motivation. It was just like I had sports, which really helped me focus my time into studying, just because during my spare time, I would have to divert it to studying. If not, yeah. So.
Okay. But there was no teacher or like there wasn't even a time where you wanted to kind of quit, take a pause, slow down, take it easy. You're always kind of passionate about, kind of getting good grades. And how does that happen? It just comes naturally?
Not naturally per se, but just from keeping busy, like, yeah, wanting to stay busy and active all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also like the boarding system, the discipline itself. Yeah, the teachers were always there. We had like academic support and an advisor, like where we could talk one-on-one pretty much once a week about grades and whatnot. So yeah, the academic support really helped me, especially because boarding started in grade 8, which is earlier than most schools. So yeah.
Okay.
이게 까딱 잘못하면은 고등학생들한테 오해의 메시지가 갈 수도 있는데 보딩을 다니고 있는 학생들이 이렇게 시스템이 좋고 프로그램이 좋으니까 차근차근 학교 거를 다 완전히 다 활용을 하면서 다니면 이보다 나은 건 없지. 그리고 또 그렇게 깨우잖아 아침에. 그렇게 또 자습하라고 시키잖아. 그렇게 또 뭐 밥 먹으라고 식당에 불러주다. 그러니까는 다져진 관리는 있지만 그것을 내가 활용하려고 하기 시작하면 선생님도 어드바이저도 모두 이렇게 다 리소스가 있어. 근데 그걸 안 하고 그냥 기본만 하려고 해도 저기 멀리 서울에 떨어져 계신 부모님한테 눈에 잘 안 띄고 그냥 중간만도 할 수 있기 때문에 체계적인 보딩에 들어간 학생들은 학교의 프로그램과 시스템을 100번 활용하면서 다녔으면 좋겠다는 거지. 그 다음에는 질문이 이제 성공적으로 대학교 입시를 마쳤으니까 이제 2학년 학생이고요. 좀 얼마 전에 따끈따끈하게 지났으니까는 우리 지금 고생을 하고 있는 후배님들에게 고등학생들에게 조언할 건 없습니까를 물어봤어. 한번 들어봅시다.
Having experienced the U.S. college admission process, right? What advice would you give to high school students right now?
I'd say early on, like freshmen, sophomores should definitely try out a lot of extracurriculars early on in high school. I think especially like specific to Georgetown as well, just because they have a different separate application portal where the extracurriculars are a checkbox. So you gotta tick off the things, and there are some unique ones. Like my roommate, he ticked off varsity football manager, so that's like pretty unique, So there might be a lot of varsity football players, but there might only be a few managers. So there's a lot of extracurricular like check boxes within that Georgetown application. So I'd suggest trying out a bunch early on and then narrowing it down later on. Other than that, I'd say just finding a niche interest or passion and doing a lot of research on the school itself. Like I said, Georgetown, it has a separate application portal, mainly because they really want students who actually want to spend like the hours of like applying instead of just clicking a couple tick marks on the college common app to apply. So definitely doing a lot of research and also going to the schools like themselves and doing like the tours and whatnot really helps in my opinion. And just for seniors, I'd say working to keep the grades up just because it really helps to get AP or IB credits in college.
진짜 부럽다. 조지타운에서 지금 아이스하키 시즌을 뛰고 있거든. 그래서 이 인터뷰를 잡으려고 웨비나를 세팅을 하려는데 2달이 밀려서 원래 2달 전에 하려는데 아이스하키 팀에 소속돼 있는 학생이니까 조지타운이 아이스하키를 꽤 잘하는 걸로 아는데 요즘도 잘하나는 모르겠으나 옛날 또 갑자기 라크로스 생각나는데 내 라크로스로 고등학교 때 올스테이트였잖아. 뉴잉글랜드 올스테이트. 좀 해요. 그래가지고 코넬이 디비전 1이야. 제일 잘하는 리그고 좀 잘해. 그래가지고 워킹을 했어. 그게 뭐냐면 라크로스를 뛰고 싶어서 그 팀에 트라이아웃을 한단 말이야. 그래서 하고 싶은 놈 여기 다 모여라 해가지고 시즌 전에 여름방학 직전에 해서 채를 딱 들고 염장 갔지. 이 얘기 유튜브에서 한 번 한 적 있어. 몇 년 전에. 근데 나는 내 바닥에서는 좀 하는 놈이라고 왔는데 코치가 야 오늘 트라이트 하는 애들 다 왼손만 써. 이쪽 손. 그러니까 자기 주손이 아닌 반대손으로 하는데 내 왼손을 잘 못하거든 사실. 거기에 있는 애들이 전부 다 그날 왼손으로 던진다. 내가 오른손으로 슛하는 속도랑 똑같더라니까. 그래서 이런 수준이구나. 디비전 1 스포츠는. 집에 가서 그냥 밥 먹고 공부나 해야겠다 해가지고 쫓겨나왔던 적도 있다. 챔피언이죠. 자, 가끔 이런 비디오도 보면서 부모님들도 학생들 영감 얻고 재미도 약간 좀 하면서 공부하면서 지나가는 거야. 매주 헛슬하고. 여러분들 파이팅해. 다음 비디오에서 봅시다. 바이바이.
You stepped into my life, such a magic feeling. We tore down